Hello, and welcome to Fridays at 4 on twitch.tv/DDO stream. I'm your community manager, Cordovan, and I should preface the show by letting you know that it has been a rough couple of weeks, not on the Dungeons & Dragons online side for me, but we've been very, very busy on the other game side, and so I've been working pretty much 12 days straight. And things are cooking along to the anniversary DDO side, but I am tired and I have got a headache. And I almost canceled the show today just because I'm exhausted after a couple of long weeks worth of work. That's why I don't have the spotlights on, because I can't have those spotlights shining in my face for another hour. I gotta. But I'm not going to be here next week. Programming note, I will not be here next week. We have a company function that I'm going to instead. So I will see you in 2 weeks after today. And because of that, I did want to get on the show here. And we got the new Echoes of the Black Rose patron coffer, and I wanted to show that off. I wanted to have the latest news about the anniversary and things, the opening of the raid, and have an opportunity for Q&A. But just be aware, this show is going to be a low-energy show because I am a low-energy guy at the moment, and I have got a headache, and I'm tired. So, cut me some slack. Yes, Dark Cordo. That's what it is today. Yes, the raid seems to be going well, other than an issue with physics that is going to be corrected in our next game update. So let me just do that then and get to the news. The first thing I would mention is that this week on Wednesday, we released update 72.1. That did release the new raid called Den of Vipers. It's a free raid. It is level CR 36, so as long as theoretically you're epic, you can get in, but you probably want to be at least 30-something to run the raid. And you can speak to Garzan Panopoulos in the Eberron Hall of Heroes, near the fountain in the western wing, basically near where the Lanterns in the Mist stuff is, to go run the raid. And the reason it's located there is because this is the lore story capstone to the Lanterns in the Mist event, which is running on our VIP-only Cormier server that is now open to everyone through April 15th. And after April 15th, the Lanterns in the Mist event is going to be going away. The raid's going to stick around, but the Lanterns in the Mist event's going to go away. And the raid is available on all the game worlds, because we're not going to make you not be able to run it just because you haven't run the Lanterns in the Mist thing. You can figure it out. And so that's what we got going on right now, along with some bug fixes that got released this week for update 72.1. And when I look at the short-term calendar here, it looks like we may be in a position to do our first update 73 Lamannia next week. It is not clear to me what all is going to be in that. I know in general what's in update 73, but I don't know what's going to be in the Lamannia. So I don't want to speak to what will be in the Lamannia yet, but we have tentatively set for next week an update 73 Lamannia. Later on, yeah, I think that's basically what we have going on. And then update 73 is set to release after the preview period. I don't currently see another patch between now and then, but that's certainly possible that could come up if necessary. The other thing I would mention is, and let me get this on the screen here. Oh, gosh, it's one of those days. High title text. Okay. There we go. Our Echoes of the Black Rose patron coffer got released on Thursday this week. This is going to be available in the DDO store through March 30th. And this is an overview of the items in it. This is an article that you can find on DDO.com. It does give you, if you purchase the Superior Top Pack, you will get 30 total account bank slots and 20 character bank slots in total. That tiers up across the various coffers. So it starts with 10 Black Rose account bank slots, then goes to 10 additional for a total of 20, along with 20 character slots. And then on the Superior, it's 10 additional for 30 account bank plus the previous 20 character bank that you got from the Greater Pack. So I'm also going to focus on the Superior Echoes pack, which is the Black Rose Drake mount. There's a plate cosmetic armor, helmet, cloak, cosmetic weapon aura, a weapon item, and a wolf creature companion. And I'm going to show off most of that today on the character that I've logged into. I don't think I can do the weapon because I've got a two-handed weapon. I don't think it's going to display right. I think I forgot to do that. I don't think I have a one-handed weapon I can use. I might. Maybe I should go do that quick. All right, let me go in game. I think we'll. Yeah, because I want to use my two-hander anyway, so whatever. You'll just have to deal with the lack of item. I can show it to you. Alright, let's get into a position here where I can show off some of this new cosmetic look. We'll find, okay, it's decent enough lighting. That should work. So this is the Cosmetic Black Rose Heavy Mace. It's a cool looking mace that you can see in our website there. Like I say, because I've got a two-hander, it's not going to quite transfer right. But let me just go through the process of how to get it with the weapon aura, because there is a weapon aura associated with this, the Black Rose Malice Glamored weapon aura. So just to give you a brief tutorial on how that's done, you're going to apply it to a weapon that you have. So, for example, first you're going to glamour, if you don't already have it, whatever item you want to glamour. So I'm going to glamour that. And then you add the... There it is. You add the aura to the glamored weapon that you just did. And if I would do it right. Oh. No. Oh yeah, it's just right there. So you just click on it, alter visual effects. See, I'm tired. That's what's going on. Anyway, now you have got your cosmetic quarterstaff with the glamored weapon aura. And so when I've got it equipped here, you will see the aura on this quarterstaff. Kind of see it's got like runes and stuff going on. It'll display and look very different based on whatever it is you have going on. Now, I am a Warlock. So in general, you're not going to see me wielding a lot of weapons on this stream. But let me just show off the cosmetics here, because the cosmetics you can just equip. So we got the cloak. We've got the helmet. And we have got the plate armor. You can kind of see here now. I can zoom in. We got the helm with the eye effect. That little bit around my head that's spinning around is because I've got a scarlet and blue iron stone equipped just for funsies, really, because I have nothing else to put in it at the moment. You can see it's got a generally purple motif throughout. And then this creature companion is the creature companion that comes with the pack. And that's the mount tab. That's why I'm not seeing it. Here we go. Black Rose Wolf Pup. And we will name Prince. Oh. Can't name it Prince. Well, Okay, how about Paisley Park? There we go. Oh, I should have named it... No, it's too late. I'm going to need a rename. I should have named it Paisley Bark. I should have named my dog Paisley Bark. What was I thinking? Oh, no. It's too late now. I'm going to have to get a pet rename. That's just too good. I thought of it a second too late. Anyway. Anyway. So, this is the pack here. And you can get this through March 30th. You're going to speak to Sienna in the Hall of Heroes to acquire the pack. Sienna's in the east side, kind of right where you come on in. Go down the level there on the sort of near the entrance to the western corridor is Sienna. And you can get all of your patron coffer redemptions done there. Typically, you'll need to make a purchase, log out of the character, log back in to get it applied to your account. At that point, the creature companion will be automatically added to your companion stable. The account space will be automatically added to your account. And then, at the time of your choosing, both now and in the future, you can go to Sienna and the Eberron Hall of Heroes to get further sets of the cosmetic here. Oh, and you're right, the mount. Let's show off the mount. Sorry about that. Which one's my mount? Where's my mount? It's the skeletal steed. That would be, here we go, Black Rose Drake. And I'm gonna drop that to a hotbar for now. We'll do a little run see around. And we get a better positioning. Yeah, that's not bad. Gotta say, got a pretty good looking pack here. Now, I work for the company. I want to encourage you to purchase it. But, looking good. Looking good. Oh, I ran into a bridge. Okay. So I thought, because I am super low energy at the moment, and it's been kind of a week, I'm just going to run the anniversary event. That's all I'm doing today, really. And there was a time where I actually wanted to run the new raid on stream today, but I don't have the energy for that. I don't have the energy. It's been too long a week. So maybe in 2 weeks here, I'd like to try running the raid on stream for at least 1 week, perhaps longer, and do that probably through putting together a quick LFM in the DDO Discord, which has been going really good. If you aren't in the official Dungeons & Dragons online Discord yet, perhaps it's something you might want to consider. It's been really good there. A real chill, too. Very friendly, and we've had almost no moderation issues whatsoever. It's been really cool. Death Knight Paladin archetype when? I know, right? How perfect would this be? Very nice. Players have sussed out, some of the inspiration and perhaps ties to said inspiration in the forums and that. And, the Echoes of the Black Roses got its roots.
The excited creature waves to you. Scraggle you! You helped Scrag in harbor!
It's a pretty cool looking warrior. Generic warrior.
The kobold points inside. Find evil overlord! Stop kobolds and peoples from fighting! The coin lords raise a glass to you as you enter the grand ballroom.
I don't know what you're talking about, Snidfizz. Never heard of it.
A figure sits brooding on a throne, surrounded by...
Now, Ravenloft I've heard of.
The vanquished warrior gives you one last defiant look. Next time, it won't be so easy. Harbor Master Zinn motions for you to stop. The kobolds have taken over the chapter house. No one is allowed back there until we get the situation under control. The Harbor Master nods at the door. The kobolds are back there. Maybe you can do something with them.
Monster manuals is definitely something that we do want to get to at the earliest possible time. However, it's going to be a significant engineering and beyond task. And there's a lot of competition for our engineers' time right now. Currently, because it is, there is an overlap in terms of shared resources. They're busy doing other things. But they're also the people who are implementing our upcoming DDO character transfer that includes guilds and other things. And as you can imagine, that is a pretty significant project. So it isn't really, as much as we want to fix the monster manuals, I don't know what the odds of us getting to that prior to the other stuff is.
I know. Next time I'll try a different rune,
unless
or maybe a crossbow.
We can literally solve the problem through the character transfer service, and if that's the case, okay, got flimsy yet, and which one did I not do? I need Cordovan. No, here we go. I do need to go up. Chaosmancer, as a matter of fact, news on Chaosmancer is, yes, my understanding is after our 3:30 meeting today, there was a 4 o'clock meeting where the various people involved in e-commerce and the development team are getting together to figure out what we're going to do with Chaosmancer. There ultimately is a little bit of code work that is necessary for us to be able to offer it. When we went live with it, in our expected time frame, we ran into an issue where unless you already owned... What was it? Unless you already owned Wild Mage, is that what it was? Unless you already owned Wild Mage, it wasn't allowing you to create the character, and that obviously is not okay. So, uh-oh. I think I just stuck myself. I just stuck myself on a table. Got to bug report that one, I think. Do a quick screen grab. Alright. Don't jump on the table near Sinvala. Okay. Alright. Where did I end up? Okay. This is the Cordovan fight, so here we go. Oh, good. I'm glad we were able to get the ninja spy fixes you were looking for done in there. That's great.
You spot an unexpected figure among the party guests. Your old nemesis, Malicia. What is the succubus?
So what we ultimately need to do is, yeah, do the process work that's involved to fix that issue. And then there's some other aspects of it that we're looking at. We're looking at potentially, can we do some kind of bundle deal either now or in the future? You know, some other related bits of work to it. But the main thing is to get it out there because we know that you want it fixed. And so as soon as we can do that, we will. My guess would be the next game update. But it depends. If we can get it done without having to do a game update, then it could be earlier than that, perhaps. So I'm hearing the battle music, but I'm not seeing the battle. Who am I missing? All right.
You see a perfectly ordinary door.
Okay, I am going to... There you go. Down this way. Yeah, it'll be fine. It's just what a little... It's not a required mob.
Kobolds rally around a bonfire, yipping and chanting.
Speaking of Flimsy, I'm going to be, I think on Sunday, Flimsy and I are going to be doing some board gaming. It's been super cool. You know, post-COVID, we used to do tabletop gaming all the time in the office. Just about every night, every one of those conference rooms was full of people doing some tabletop or RPG game or what have you. But, you know, of course, COVID put us all working from home, and so we're not all getting together in the office like we used to. But there are still some board game things that are happening at people's houses and that. And I'm lucky to be able to be in a group that's been playing a bunch of them at Flimsy's house, and that's been super fun. The game we've been playing really for, I don't know, I almost want to say like 6 months now. We've been playing it for a while, but it's really good. Is Eclipse: Dawn of the Second Galaxy. It's a 4X game. Whatever the 4X means. Exploration, economy,
Kobold shamans mock you from above.
and 2 other things.
Now you know how kobolds feel when you go in.
Kind of a long strategy game where you're building up your empire, and it's a good, you know, 4 or 5 hour game, really. And you gotta all be pretty hardcore game players to have any interest in it. But it's fantastic, and it's really well designed. It's a little bit like, I would personally call it a more friendly Twilight Imperium, if you've ever played a game like that. But anyway, I'll be playing that on Sunday. And if you are a hardcore tabletop nerd and for some reason aren't familiar with that one, maybe get yourself familiar. It is one heck of a game. I'm going to say it's probably one of the best games I've played in years. And my son likes it. He's 13 and he's pretty game smart. But even at 13, he's been able to play just fine.
Through the seats of the darkened theater. They cry. A pair of kobolds peer down an open trapdoor.
You go down! You lost it!
Says one to the other.
Explore, exterminate, engage, extra guacamole. That's what the 4X stands for. I will say, though, if for those of you who have been paying attention, we are getting things slowly, but we are getting things done on the Lord of the Rings Online side related to transfers, and the transfer rate has had a pretty low failure rate, even if it's taken people forever. But all that stuff that you're hearing about on the Lotra side are things that are going to inform what we're doing on the DDO side. Now that we've had some experience with what the transfer service can do, you know, given X number of players hitting it at the same time and things, we can do planning on the DDO side to presumably make it a much smoother process. I am playing a Warlock. I'm playing a Warlock on Cormyr at the moment. This is a character that I started to play when Cormyr opened and for the live stream, and then I always am far more hopeful than what ends up actually happening in terms of gameplay on the live stream, and so this character is kind of stuck back all the way down to level 12. But this is my stream character from Cormyr, and is a Warlock. And the reason it's a Warlock is this is a first life character, first life gear as well, and Warlock gets the job done just fine so far. Not that I'm challenging myself on this anniversary event going in at level or anything, but you know what I mean. Works just fine. Picking up gear as I go along and doing okay. And the reason I'm running the anniversary event, well, one of the reasons is because I'm doing a lot of acid kind of damage and things like that, I think I'm going to pick up the caustic forum post. And then I'll have a one-handed weapon that I can glamour with that mace. I may also... I don't know. I'm gonna maybe dual wield clubs instead of go with the quarterstaff. The only reason I have a quarterstaff is because it's random loot that I've picked up, you know, on this first life, and it's not terrible for my caster, being that it has some potency, evocation, focus, and nullification. So, but that's only being wielded because might as well. I'm bored. I'm blasting everything I'm doing. So. Yeah, I guess I've been kind of, you know, as I get tired, the words get less eloquent. I am not, in fact, doing a lot of acid on the live stream. Nor is probably my character. But, acid damage. My favorite fake word is successment. It was from, I believe, where I first ran into successment was in the Canadian one. What are they called? Anyway. Trailer Park Boys. One of the guys in Trailer Park Boys had a thing where he was like, successment. And I just think that that is such a great word that I have adopted it as my own.
A figure sits brooding on a throne.
Ooh, that's a good point. Ravenloft, a free scepter from there has spell power and insightful spell power. You're right, maybe I should do that instead. Or I could do that as the offhand. That sounds, or main hand. One in a main, one off. That actually sounds pretty good. Good advice. I will do that this weekend, I think. Because after putting in a lot of hours and such, I am, in fact... As soon as I'm done with the live stream and get the bare minimum amount of crap done I gotta get done, I am done. I am done for a day or two. I have got to go and have some downtime, so I will be doing that.
The harbor master nods at the door. The kobolds are back there. Maybe you can do something with them.
But that's also going to include some time to actually finally play some stuff. Take advantage of these bonuses and other things. This is our final weekend for the anniversary event. It runs through Tuesday, but that's still plenty of time to get anything you might want to get. Even going on easy mode here, you can generally get an item an hour. Once you're not being slow like me.
Cordovan whispers something as he falls. You can't quite make it out, but you think
Once you get a little pattern going and you're not on air and you can just sort of jam through it all, you can get through a lot real quick. It's nice.
An impressive warforged turns to face you.
And if you're in a group, you can even do more, because you can have, just like the old times, you can have one person focus on the bosses and the other person focus on getting your way through the kobold bit, and meet up in the center and call it done. You can get it down to a couple minutes a run. Pretty easy. Including on higher difficulties, even.
The warforged clatters to the ground, but the head somehow continues speaking. Still a few problems with this build.
Yeah, I actually do want the Kobold Sentient Gem as well. I have to admit, that was part of what I was like, ooh, maybe I should do that instead. But because this is a first life gear character, I think I could just use the item more than anything else. So I think that's what I'm going to go for. But perfectly valid, and probably the number one consideration is, do you have a sentient gem? And if not, you should get this kobold gem, because it's probably one of the best.
Old nemesis, Malicia. What is the succubus? Something about this area feels strange.
It does, however, it costs, what, 250 party favors? It's the big expensive one. So, you know, there is that part. But you can get 250, no problem. It's not that bad. So.
The creature emits a guttural groan and collapses.
Card out of context. Oh yeah. You know what? Do you know one of the? Do I even want to say this? Why am I saying this? Okay, so one of the dumbest things, frankly, about my life of recent weeks is that for whatever reason, all that busyness over in the Lotro Discord spawned an insane number of Cordovan gifs. People went through old video of me and stuff and put together gif after gift, and I have been gifted many horrific images of my face doing things in recent weeks. And it's usually in good nature, right? People are just like, yeah, you're the community manager, so yeah, I'm gonna slap your face in a GIF and call it done. Nonetheless, you're never gonna get used to it. There will never be a time where I'm gonna get used to it. And also, I hope and pray that none of them ever actually go viral. Because, I don't want to be the blinking eye guy. Drew Scanlon from Giant Bomb or whatever.
The kobolds have transformed the chapter house into an armed camp.
Kobolds not welcome at your party? Then kobolds not welcome you here!
So that comment about acid, apparently that was what was clipped or something like that, I'm guessing. Unless it was the table thing. Which DDO quest do you think is the trippiest? I'm not encouraging anyone to do anything illegal, but I'm just saying in terms of visual aesthetic, purely creative visual aesthetic, it's gotta be one of the Zoriat quests, right? Probably the one where you're on the bed and things. If we have one weirder than that, I'm not sure. Although we have a couple of options. The Palace of Stone one also counts, although that's probably more of a stoner quest.
Kobolds scamper through the seats of the darkened theater.
Oh my lord, make kobolds!
They cry.
Oh my lord, make kobolds great!
Yeah, the dance-off is a pretty good one, too. That would be the first delirium, I think, right?
A pair of kobolds peer down
But
an
acute's
open
even
hatch.
crazier. And then terminal is nuts, too. But I'm going to probably give it to acute, I think. Oh, the dance-off is the... Yeah, yeah. Yeah, whichever one that is. Yeah, wake me up inside and Feywild could be... That could count, too. So can you earn points here and buy expansions as well? Depends what you mean by here. We do some giveaways of points over on DDO stream. Particularly the rest of the DDO stream team will occasionally do DDO points code giveaways that I provide for them. And other streamers will have points giveaways on Twitch as well. If you're asking an in-game question about whether you can earn points and then use those points to purchase expansions inside of the game, the answer is also yes. By completing quests, especially on higher difficulty, well, completing quests will earn you favor, and hitting certain favor milestones will earn you some pool of free DDO points that you can then use to spend against the price of an expansion. If you want to do it all for free, you know, yeah, you're going to be doing some work there, but it's certainly possible, and people have done it, if that is a particular goal of yours.
Malicia uses her arcane powers.
So the way to as a new player, get as many free points as possible, and there's plenty of great community guides out there for this. But just as a general guidance, you're going to want to run quests up to Elite, all the free quests. You run it on Normal, then on Hard, then on Elite, and you'll get real good at it after a while, and earn the maximum amount of favor that'll then earn you the most amount of free DDO points. And you can also get, if I recall, some free DDO points from the monster manuals as well, but some of that will really kind of get into whether you need to purchase them or not. So in general, favors the easy free way, and do a Google search, DDO free player points guide or something like that, and I guarantee you some good videos and other documentation will exist. And then, yeah, first time per server bonuses, which were, that's coming up again soon, isn't it? It's been nice on Cormier here getting those first time bonuses. But we're about ready to do it again later this year when we do our 64-bit game worlds. Those will all be new game worlds you can earn your stuff on.
Find evil overlord! Stop kobolds and peoples from fighting!
The coin lords raise a glass to you.
Are we aware of the stance bugs that now have anti-requisites against themselves that came in with the patch last week? Yes. I saw Steel Star and Torque, among others, discussing that with the QA teams in the past couple of days. So I know that work is being done on it. I would expect that to be corrected in our next game update. Alright, what am I doing here? Oh, you're right, also, I do love that turn of phrase. Sug Psalm, my, how the turntables have turned. I actually like how the turntables have turntabled. That's my preferred nomenclature for that particular bit of dome.
Harbor Master Zin motions for you to stop. The kobolds have taken over the chapter house. No one is allowed back there until we get the situation under control.
Since I have
Nods at the door.
been doing a little bit of work on it as the video editor in my off time, and because the co-host for this podcast that I'm doing outside of DDO is Drac from DDO Players News. I did want to call out real quick that if any of... Can I do a little self-promo here? Just a little bit of personal, not related to SSG self-promo. And that is, in recent months, I've been doing a podcast about vinyl records with Drac from DDO Players News. Him and I are both vinyl record kind of collectors and nerds. And we've been, you know, online friends really for... I don't even know how long. Decade plus at this point. So we finally got together and started talking about records, and it's been really cool. So if any of you out there are at all interested in like record collecting and vinyl records, and you think that might be kind of neat to hear me and Drac from DDO Players News being pretty goofy and funny, it's a pretty funny show. You can find it on like YouTube and Facebook and TikTok, and it's under the Record Players Podcast. The Record Players Podcast. I'm not going to drop a link into chat because I work for the company and I'm not going to do that. But you can Google it yourself and find it. And it's the Record Players Podcast on YouTube. And we're doing our 5th episode. We're starting to publish. And that's been a lot of fun. So. And otherwise I ain't going to talk about it again probably, but did want to, so. Because we ain't getting the kind of views that you see on these shows. But that's fine, we weren't expecting it, you know. But I know there's some people out there who are into records and music. We do all sorts of stuff.
Among the party guests. Your old nemesis, Malicia. What is the succubus doing? Something about this area feels strange to you.
Yeah, probably the only real news that I'm aware of that is new news is our Lamannia preview tentatively set for next week. I say tentatively only because I have not had a chance to interface with, say, DDO, QA, or Tolero and crew about what we're actually going to be doing for it. But it's on the calendar anyway, so... And let me actually double check real quick. Did I get to all the news? The only thing I missed on the news is... Well, there's two things I wanted to mention. I did want to mention that we do have our Year of the Dragon make good, not even make good, however you want to call it, second chance opportunity to get for Year of the Dragon, and that's about more than halfway done now. As of the 12th, we are now on the Prismatic Dragon outfit. Next week is the Horde of Discovery. You maybe want that if you didn't get it. Pick of the Dragon's Lair. You definitely want that if you didn't get it. Then we got the Dragon Path Aura Footprints, Armor of the Dragon Cult, and then, again, April 17th, Dragon Disciple. So every week, that's incrementing forward. So do make sure that you, if you missed any of the Year of the Dragon stuff, do check into Cormier once a week and pick up what you need to. The other thing I wanted to mention is this weekend in particular is a VIP XP weekend. And that also does work with Otto's boxes, does it not? So,
You see a perfectly ordinary door.
maybe something to keep in mind.
Kobolds rally around a bonfire, yipping and chanting.
Kobolds here before peoples! Kobolds, take back Starfleet!
Longer term planning here for DDO as we kind of look out beyond. We have update 73 really up next to get ready to get previewed and released, and that's going to be a dungeon pack that has a bit of a different unlocking mechanism that you'll learn more about as we get closer to it. And we're also working on our 64-bit character transfers. That's going to happen after we get all the engineering work settled for the actual character transfer system to take care of things like guilds and what have you.
Kobold shamans mock you from above.
You not like kobolds here? Now you know how kobolds feel when you go in their sewers! Kobolds never forget!
I guess I could mention real quick that I have on my to-do list to do two things related to DDO, and that is one, we're going to be expanding the social networks that we offer. We're using one of those kind of management hosting systems that everyone uses, and we've had them before, but we're using a new one, in part because it allows the wider Daybreak publishing team, community manager team, there's people with my job doing EverQuest and DCUO and PlanetSide 2 and Palia and everything else, right? And as a group, we're all using this new system that offers far better support for all the different social networks out there, including like Blue Sky, TikTok, and Threads, probably being the main three. And so we're going to be doing that in the coming weeks. As soon as really I have enough breathing room with all this transfer stuff on the other game side happening and such. As soon as we kind of get past the next couple of weeks, it's on my agenda to basically prop up and start publishing. Basically everything that we're publishing right now on Twitter and Facebook is going to get mirrored to the other social networks of your choice. We could certainly do a lot more than we currently do on social media, but we really are going to start with it just being an echo of what already exists on Facebook and Twitter. So that's a project that's happening. The other project that's in my short-term to-do list for DDO in terms of community management work is we're getting all of the Daybreak published games under the same forum rules system. Because we all basically have the same forum rule system, but we all have used different language to describe it over time. And over time, some have offered, more strict points-based moderation systems, and some have been more like what we've been in recent years, which is, listen, if you need to go, you need to go, that kind of thing. But we're all organizing into a pretty standard moderation system for the forums, and that's going to involve a little bit of changes to the language of the rules and the way we're going to be basically implementing a more strict kind of points-based moderation, timeout, and ban system. And we're also going to be more explicit about like
It's
ban
very
appeals
clear
and how to
Lamannia
do
is
it and all that
spy.
sort of thing in
Militia
the text
is
as
not
well.
amused.
And that's happening, like I say,
The
across
Duke
every
will
one of the
find
games.
coins from their estate.
Has already happened for many of them, but is not yet been done on the DDO and Lord of the Rings side because I've just been too busy. But that's on my to-do list here for the next month or so, so you can expect that to happen as well. The other thing I've been looking to do is get some fun going in the DDO Discord. I want to do, I don't know, I haven't decided, I don't know what it's going to be yet, but we're going to try to have some kind of fun and games there. And then the other thing I want to do is I want to work with Tavern Tales for our Tuesday night DDO trivia show that, you know, happens here 9 p.m. Eastern on DDO stream. I'm working with some people inside the office to just kind of up the production a little bit so we can help him out with that. And I think that those are really some of the next couple of week things outside of the regular work that I do and that you already know about in terms of patches and releases that is on my agenda. Yes, SSG will be using Blue Sky. I have to set it up perhaps as soon as next week, but I don't know when it's going to happen. I just have to do the work to make sure that we have all of the security stuff in place, all the banners, make sure the profile doesn't look like junk, and start doing some publishing to it, get it integrated into the software and that sort of thing. But that's really next for my work, and so I'll be doing that as soon as I have enough time to get it done. I know, High Lord Pudding, you are correct. We have been very coy about providing information about what exactly is in Update 73. We're doing something a little bit different with the Adventure Pack in Update 73, and so we wanted to, or the quests rather, in Update 73. So I wanted to, we're kind of being coy about it, but you'll know soon enough, and that information will start to be released here in the coming weeks. That's going to do it with the show. If you're watching on YouTube, really do appreciate you giving us a like. It's the best way to spread the word and this video to other DDO players. If you'd like to give us a subscription, a subscribe, it doesn't cost you anything. You'll get these videos in your YouTube subscription feed. This show is driven by the comments on Twitch, so thank you so much, everyone in the Twitch chat, for joining me here today for Fridays at 4. Reminder, I will not be here next Friday. So 2 weeks from today will be the next Fridays at 4, and probably we'll try to run that new raid on the show here next time we meet. So until then, have fun, everyone. Hope you have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you all again soon. Bye-bye.